stuff. So, all right, let's see. The little thing is twirling. You're supposed to be the good dog. Okay.
Which feed did you start that on? There you are.
Did you find me?
Yep, found you.
So, hey everybody, welcome to Virtual Wine and Crime, and I've got my glass. Ooh. What do you have? What are we drinking this evening? And I have somebody who's going to help me tonight that's going to try and help field some of the text messages. Ashley is here, and she is going to try and help keep me current. I guess that would be it.
Yeah.
So, where the hell are you guys at? Because you guys wanted this Delphi murder case, so where are you at? What's going on? Ashley, is it just me? Oh, wait a minute. There's Candace.
There's
Hi,
Candace.
Candace. And Candace is bad.
Oh, Candace has mimosas.
Last week it was Candace. Last week wasn't it vodka last week? I think it was.
Me and Candace need to hang out.
Yeah, I know. Yes. So I think you should be sharing those. Hey, Amanda. Javid, who told everybody my office looks like chaos. You tattletale. So, Javid, is all your homework done?
Yes, it is. I saw it on Facebook.
You saw it on Facebook. Nice. Okay, we'll give everybody just a couple of seconds here. Because you guys picked this case, and I'm a little confused as to why. I mean, I am, but I'm not confused as to why you chose this case.
Larry says hi. He spelled my name wrong.
Larry said hi.
Yep.
Oh, Larry who made fun of my aluminum shirt?
Yes.
Larry who wears a unicorn? Mm-hmm. Hey, Heather. Hey, Wendy. Again, Heather, this is for you and me. We don't have to clean up shit afterwards. Except for it's really not fair when you invite other people over. Hey, Jen, I'm glad you can make it. All right. Okay, I'm Mom of Satan. Wanda, I love it. Gina, you're still alive. Two 2-year-olds in the same house. Are they 2 or 3? I think they just turned 3. I have no idea how the hell you are. I'm locked up with 2 dogs, 2 kids. I would kill myself. So, I did. No, you didn't get to pick. Here's the deal. They inundated me. Here's the deal. We are going to talk the Delphi murders. So let's just jump into it. Larry apologized to you. I'm not apologizing to you. So, no way. Okay, here's the deal. You guys picked the Delphi murders. I don't know why you picked the Delphi murders. Ashley and I went for a walk because before I do anything related to going on and doing a discussion or this or that or whatever, I kind of go for a little bit of a walk and just kind of clear my head and think and know what, basically figure out, do I even know anything? Because all of a sudden I start to panic. Oh my God, and your potty training? What the hell is wrong with you, Gina? You did not plan this pandemic very well. And we're about to go into hurricane season. You fucked up, Gina. Pretty bad. Yeah. So, and you want me to jump out of a plane with you. That's good.
I'll do it.
So, so you guys picked the Delphi murders. Here's the thing. We have not convicted anybody. We haven't arrested anybody. We technically don't even have a legitimate active suspect at this point in time. We have a manner of death. We don't have a cause of death. And why is everybody so wrapped up in this case? Part of it, I'm wondering, is it's because it happened literally 2 months before the very first CrimeCon. I'm going to say down the street because I'm basically from Ohio. I'm from that area. So, right outside Indianapolis. So it was really relevant to what was going on with us at that time. So, is it because it's kids? Is it because it was so close to CrimeCon and there were so many of you together and you were talking and it grabbed you? Or is it because you were so close to it? What is the deal? Because there's nothing, we have nothing on this case. Or is that what it is? Because of how much it's held back. It's really interesting. Amanda, why do you think, and who do you think is holding things back? I agree, and I do know for a fact that things are being held back. Okay.
David says it's because of the cell phone pic.
Okay. David, that you're right. That cell phone pic is interesting that Libby took. So we actually have evidence from the victim right before the crime. That does make it really, really, really interesting.
Wanda thinks there's DNA.
Wanda, I'm kind of with you on that one. I know we've tested. The reason why I'm going to say I think you're right is because I did find out that we have gone through at least four people of interest, four men that have been of interest in this case, and in one of them they do discuss that DNA doesn't match. So, hi Courtney, how are you? So, um, David, what's so interesting because of the cell phone pic? It is a horrible picture. Um, there is a recording. Okay, here's my thing. There is a recording, and it's a very, very, very short recording, and it seems to say down the hill. What do you think that means? Do you think that's him threatening them at this point in time, and he's telling them, "I want you to go down the hill"? Anybody jump right in there. Here's the deal. Um, First thing, I think this is a crime of opportunity. I do not think it was planned. I do not. Courtney, you can't have favoritism and be talking only to Amanda. That shit, nope, nope, can't be doing that. But Amanda, she said hi to me first. Uh, yeah, the motive, Wanda, let's come back to the motive in a minute because I want to discuss the four individuals that they went after. Here is the deal. I don't think it was a crime that was planned. I think it was a crime of opportunity because these girls, it was 1:30 or whatever I have here in the afternoon on a Monday, February 13th, 2017. Okay, so it's a little over 3 years old. The girls asked, and Libby's sister, Kelsey, dropped them off at the head of the trail. It's approximately half to three-quarters of a mile to get to the bridge that they walked on, which was extremely high, that goes over Deer Creek. And then they were going to be picked up on the other side at a specific time. So I think that he or she or they did not know that the girls would be there. Would you guys agree with me?
Kim said, my opinion is that he was an authority figure telling them to go down the hill, maybe threatening them with a weapon.
Okay. Okay. So you think that that statement down the hill is related to, because I can tell you that they were found a half a mile from the bridge and 50 feet east of the creek that the bridge was going over. So, nope, I lied, north of the creek. Okay. So, yes, they would had to have gone down and north for them to be victimized. Okay. Tracy, his tone of voice is a command, not a questioning tone. I would have, nice catch. I would agree because the comment is down the hill. Now that could be answering a question. That could be anything, but based on the situation, I would agree that it's an authoritative tone. It is a command. It's not a, hey, what you doing kind of thing. Yeah, Courtney, like I said, I do think it is a crime of opportunity. Libby is 14 years old. Her best friend, Abby, is 13 years old. Do you think that their age plays into their victimization? I teach victimology, and I do teach that certain people are better suited as victims than other types of people. Why do you think these two? Yeah, Nikki, that's what I wanted to know. Wasn't it a day off of school? Um, yeah, I did put in something I wanted to see because I did go back and look. It is on a Monday. I think they all had the day off from school. Okay. Um, so, does their age have anything to do with them chosen as a victim?
Okay, so
Fine, act like my regular students. Don't answer me. Bunch of jerks.
Wanda added it was an unplanned day off school.
Ah, so okay.
Okay, so Amanda just answered.
Okay, what do we got?
Yes, I think age for sure. So young and not aware to fight back, maybe because of the size of both of them would be difficult for him to attack both easily.
Absolutely. And usually, when you think about it, if you pick a fight, are you going to pick a fight with somebody that's going to beat your ass, somebody that you know you can't win against? So no, I think the fact that they are 13 and 14, I think makes um, kids great victims. They're easily talked into things, manipulated. They can be handled. Yeah, they're naive. So I do think age was a factor. If it had been two women, if it had been me and Wanda walking down or me and Ashley walking across the bridge, we may not, the person may have at least thought twice before trying to do or say something, or they would have at least handled it in a different manner. Because I can tell you, I wouldn't have gone down easy. So, yeah, and Tara, nice catch. He could threaten one while controlling the other. At that age, you have not yet learned that sometimes what somebody is saying to you is just that. It's all talk. It's like when we were told when I was growing up, and now you guys in school, we teach you differently. Always told, get in the car, do what they say, follow the rules, and they won't hurt you. That's BS. The second you get in the car, you're dead because they're taking you someplace else. You're not coming back. So, yeah, if he was threatening to hurt one and the other tried to leave, she would probably comply. Absolutely, And to this day, now for certain individuals, I would still do the same thing. If it were my son, my granddaughter, my husband, this or that, I'm probably going to be a little bit more compliant. Um, or Ashley, I don't know. What do you think? I could go really bitchy too, and be like really defiant and
It's gonna depend on your mood for that day because I've seen you go both ways.
yeah, I give in, or I can be like, not happening because I think that would give me more power as well. Um, I can tell you, kids like, okay, David says kids like hanging out in places like that. We do, you know what? We would all kill right now to be able to take that same walk that those girls got the chance to take that day. To go take I mean, I am so tired of being stuck in this house. I am walking the same streets that I live in. I'm seeing the same people every day. By the way, I know some single people. If you're looking to date, let me know. Larry, he brandished a weapon. They couldn't run without at least one of them getting hurt. They weren't going to cause it. Yeah, and the guilt. When you're that young, yeah. If he brandished any kind of a weapon or even alluded to having one, the guilt. Yeah, I agree. I don't think one would have taken the responsibility for the other one.
I think also personally, if one of them was or if he was like a prominent member of the community and they thought that this was a person that they could trust, there's also that level of control that comes from there.
Okay, yeah. So if you can't hear Ashley, what she just said was that if the individual, say it were a prominent person in the community, let's just say, and we don't, I'm not accusing anybody, I don't think it is a person like this, but let's just say it's their school principal or it's a police officer or somebody like that, somebody that they respect, whatever. They're going to be blindsided and they're going to do what they're told to do. Okay. Erica, I'm telling you, you right now you can't touch the sugar daddy, but we can talk to him as long as he's on the other side of the street. So
I'm okay with that.
yeah, so Carrie's saying that being a member of the community, knowing, yeah, um, you're out in the middle of no place, okay, which would be my, and you know what? Probably prior to this, and still on certain occasions, if myself prepared properly, I would take that walk by myself or with another, I probably would be with another individual. But if I was prepared, I would probably take that myself if I needed to think or be creative or whatever. Hell yeah, I love the woods and the water, and they had them both. Okay. Courtney, I'd kill to send my sassy 13-year-old along. That must mean that you're loving homeschooling and you're loving math. So let me pull up here on my notes and give you one thing that was really interesting, and I want you to tell me why you think it happened so quickly. The girls were dropped off at 1:30 in the afternoon. Okay, so Kelsey Germain, which would be Libby's sister, dropped them off at 1:30 at the head of the trail. They were going to walk the trail, cross the bridge, finish the trail, and be on the other side. They never showed up. At 5:30 p.m., so now you're only talking 4 hours later, they were already reported missing. That doesn't happen. Normally, you have to be missing 24, depending on the location and the laws, 24 to 48 hours. They got 4. Why?
They're minors.
Minors would be a good one. Okay. Um, Small town. Okay. This doesn't happen there. Maybe there's nothing else going on. Um, there could be a bunch of reasons, but it is atypical to report somebody missing, even somebody that young, 4 hours, and them to jump on it, and that they did. Okay. So yeah, I think Tara, the area that has with it, it's not that far from the city, but it is out in the middle of man's land. Okay, and yes, Sarah, nice point. Because I can tell you, law enforcement that evening did go out to look for them. They were not reported as missing persons at that particular moment as we would think of a missing person. They thought that they were injured or in danger, something had happened and they couldn't get to a phone, or their phone died, or this or that or whatever. They didn't think anything nefarious or anything bad had been happened. Yeah, so that's what they were doing, was they were basically just going out to look and see if they needed assistance in getting back. Yeah, they definitely did not think that they were murdered. Not at all. So at midnight, that is when the search was called off. Okay, so that from 5, so they spent a good 7 hours looking for the girls that evening. Okay, so the law enforcement's looking, family stays out there. Law enforcement goes back out that morning. The girls are found the following day. Okay. Hey, Elena. So on Thanksgiving, good God. See, I've been locked up way too long. On Valentine's Day, these girls are found. Okay. So, and it wasn't very long after the search started that they found them. Okay. Some of the things, one of you mentioned that you thought this case was interesting because so many things you think are being held back. Well, the police are not releasing the cause of death. death, which is the cause of death. Okay, there we have manner and we have cause. So manner is how the injury actually led to the death, and there are five of those. If you don't know what they are, it's natural. You can die of natural causes. You can go to sleep and die. Okay, die of old age, whatever. An accident, car accident, this, that, whatever. Okay, suicide, homicide, or undetermined, meaning they cannot figure out what happened, or what the actual reason for the death is. Okay, but notice when you look up these girls, the manner is listed homicide. It's a murder. Okay, but the cause is not listed. So what does that tell you? I know what it says to me. It says to me that it's not pretty. We don't want to hear it. Um, and there's probably a signature or a mark that only the suspect would know. Okay, so they're going to hold that back. Okay, um, this would be born the perp.
Would not be the first time.
Yeah, I would agree, Wanda. It's probably not the first time. So with that, I am going to jump into, and then because I'm sure Wanda, you might, and if Wendy is still on here, she might. Um, Quarantine with your spouse, soon to be added to that list. Tracy, I love you, but I love David too. You can't kill David. He's just too sweet. So, besides, he always has that hat on, so he's too easy to find. Okay, so I have four persons of interest, one of which we only heard about one. But the very first one is Paul Etter. And the reason he was of interest is because in his past, he had kidnapped and raped a 26-year-old woman. They went after him. This was very close in time to the two girls, to Abby and Libby, going missing. Okay, so there was a 5-day standoff with law enforcement, and at the end of that 5 days, he commits suicide. So here's the deal: could Paul be our perpetrator? We don't know. He's dead. Okay. Um, Former kidnap and rape of a 26-year-old woman. Connect the dots. Why would he even be on the radar of Abby and Libby? Okay, because he took himself out. Okay, so yeah, and normally but here's the deal: a lot of people can't handle their behavior, and they don't want to pay the price, or they don't want to go back to jail, or they're selfish, or they're just assholes. So, but yeah, it is suspicious that he would just Wanda. That's what I was looking for. Is she was 26, not 14. So technically, if you're trying to build a pattern, she wouldn't fit that pattern. She's way older than these two girls. Carrie Lynn, only because of proximity and the kidnapping, but I would argue unlikely based on the victim's age. I agree. I think it's just because of the proximity, the time. I don't think Paul Etter had anything to do with it. I think he knew he was going to go down for what he did, and he didn't want to pay the price. Do you think this will actually be solved? Amanda, yeah, I do. Because if you go back and watch, there was not a press release or a conference or anything on the 13th of this year. There was on the second anniversary last year. And if you listen to the head of the Indiana State Police, this is the FBI was there. They were all there. I want to say there were at least five, if not six, Leos there from four different agencies. Okay, and it was personal. And that officer actually said, until the governor pulls him off the case, they're on the case. They're working. It's not about money. It's not about time. It's not about effort, anything like that. Um, these two girls, he said, how did he say it? Are every person's daughter. And in a sense that makes complete sense. Small town, everybody knows everybody, and they're so young. We're going to turn that off because you know that my sister-in-law at some point is going to call and be like, I can't find you, somebody find me. Okay? All right, so plus, okay, I agree with you, Courtney. It would be quite a jump from one adult to two kids. Okay. Um, Technically, it would be the reverse. I would start with a child and then maybe work up to two and then maybe work up to an adult. But yeah, this was completely. So Paul Etter, off the list quickly. Okay.
So I have a quick comment about that.
What?
You say that from a difficulty perspective,
Mm-hmm.
you would start with a kid and then two kids and then an adult.
Right.
From a pedophilia perspective, though, they may start with an adult woman who looks younger
And that is correct.
and then move backwards into going into children.
Yeah, if you can't hear her again, it's Ashley's talking about if the person is a pedophile, that they might start with an adult who appears or looks younger. Um, and Courtney says that's what John Douglas taught me anyway. Well, don't be freaking comparing me to John Douglas. Good, what are we talking here? Die. Wade, you know that he doesn't live very far from here. Um, Heard it was a rumor. It was revenge against a family member. Ooh, Wanda, I haven't heard that. That would be interesting. Um, but I could buy into that because this is so random. Okay. The man who murdered Jessica Ridgway here in Colorado attacked a woman in a park first and murdered Jessica. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, Courtney, you can't compare. There is no comparing. So, I could go have my name legally changed, have a sex change, and do everything there could be, and there still is no comparison. The next guy is the one that you guys have probably heard of, and that's Daniel Nations. Okay, Daniel Nations is the one who was compared to the original police sketch. It's a weird sketch too. To me, he looks a little older. He's got kind of the derby hat on. How they get a sketch that good off of Javid, as what you were saying, such a poorly taken photo. I'm not really sure. But the reason Daniel made the list is he's known to be on the bridge. He's homeless. He's a registered sex offender. Um, he, in the past, I'm not laughing even though I am laughing, he has been known to threaten people with a hatchet. Okay, so we know he's violent. Okay. He did get arrested in Colorado for expired Indiana tags. That's what got him busted. Okay. So they've fairly quickly made him, he's not off the hook. He's still a person of interest, but he is not an active person of interest, which is the first time I've actually seen that distinction. So he's still on there. They have not been able to cross him off. But for some of the things that he got in trouble for not registering as a sex offender, and then also for the tags in January of 2018, they gave him 3 years of probation back in Colorado.
And then there's Javid coming in with Israel Keys. And not
Israel
having a
Keys
pedophile.
didn't have. Okay, Israel Keys. You know what? We
Next
totally
week,
week we will
Keys.
do Israel Keys, and I'll tell you because I am fascinated, and we'll have Pacheco on here because he like. Okay, I was kind of a jerk this fall. I don't
Who,
remember
you?
if it was, yeah, who, me? I'm pretty sure it was when he sent me to go buy things for the haunted house. And there was an entire wall of those orange buckets that say depot on them, and you know that's his thing. Okay, so it's his thing. So I really wanted to buy a bunch of them just to piss off Pacheco and freak him out, but he said no, and I listened, and I'm still mad about it. But no, yeah, I know he died, but still, that guy is one scary dude. Israel Keys is one scary dude. Okay, so let's go to my third person that was a person of interest for a period of time. And this one is Wanda, that was Spawn of Satan, just so you know. Just so you know, a car drove down his road and now he's pissed. So the third person we have of interest is Thomas Bruce. Fatally shot a woman and actually assaulted two others. Okay, independent times. Okay, the two women assaulted, I think, were together, but the one woman that was shot and killed, fatally shot, was on her own at the time. Here's the deal: he's a pastor. Any comments? The Spawn has spoken. I love you, Courtney. You are so funny. Yeah, trust me. I'm sure the Spawn's going to have a whole lot more to say at some point. Thomas Bruce was a pastor, and so he fatally shot one woman. But when he sexually assaulted the two women, this makes him, in my opinion, it's not surprising. But what he did is he ordered them downstairs to the room where they held the religious artifacts, and so he manipulated them. Okay, down there. Ooh, Carrie. Aren't you Catholic? You're Irish and Catholic. Maybe you're not Roman Catholic. Okay. Um, yeah, and you're right, Wendy. That's why I said you would trust them. But he ordered them downstairs, and that was a word that they used in every article. So that was what was interesting to me. I didn't feel like he manipulated them. Let's go inventory. Let's go dust. Let's do this. Let's go do that. Whatever. Um, I that being ordered shows me that he used his role as a pastor and manipulated and was out of control. The other thing that they also said was that he also wore a hat that resembled the hat from the original artist sketch, and his last interaction was in trouble was in December, where we know the girls then were murdered in February. So, any comments? Because I see lots of things here with
Everybody
comments.
just says priests are disgusting anyway, so not quite that, but
Okay, I said
they
he's a
would be
pastor.
surprised.
I didn't say he was a priest. Priest carried out the Inquisition. Him being a pastor means nothing to me. Thank you, David. Javid. Ooh, Javid, not
Ooh,
David. Damn, I'm in trouble.
you're in trouble now.
Yeah, great. I'm gonna hear about that one. So, um, yeah, it's interesting. We do have, and I'm trying to watch how I sit because my boobs are going to look ginormous in this shirt, depending on how I sit. This is not going to be good. Um, so, but it is interesting here that you have a person of authority, and again, somebody that's would trust. Okay. What are your thoughts on comparing the sketches in the video? I know the clip is short, but his stature and his gait was older than the sketch. Are you talking, Carrie, about that second sketch that came out? Because that second sketch, all I can say is that when that anniversary came out last year and they held that, and that second sketch came out, and they actually say, ooh, surprise, the guys between the ages of 20 and 40. Well, so is every serial killer, okay? That's the number that they like to use. Then they turn around and say he's probably between his mid 20s and his mid 30s. I'm leaning towards he looks really young in that second sketch. And I agree with you. Even though the video is very short, he appears to be a little hunched over. and and I think his gait is off. But then, is that a ruse to get the girl's attention? Because if he is older and if he does have some issue with his gait or whatever, then maybe taking on two girls at once, he either does know them or he used the Ted Bundy thing. Oh, I need help. But again, that doesn't seem like that would work. It'd be because you have that down the hill comment. So, but I agree. And I would like to know what they know. What did they find out that changed that so dramatically? Because that sketch was crazy. Okay, Courtney. Me too, and now I'm offensive because it's a blanket gender statement. What almost problems? I didn't get to see what Amanda said.
Just
Uh,
because he was watching where he was walking over the beam.
okay.
Amanda had earlier made a comment about, hold on, before Amanda made that comment,
I'd had,
Nikki,
yeah,
Nikki
Nikki.
made a comment saying, so one thing I noticed is a linguistics aspect. In the video, the man calls the girls guys, which is known to be specific to certain regions. I would like to
Mm-hmm.
know where these three grew up and lived. Um,
Which would be Indiana, and it's right outside of Indianapolis. And I can tell you, um, I grew up less than an hour from Indianapolis. So I don't think my manner of speech has changed moving to South Florida. I didn't pick up, I don't think Florida has a speech pattern down here. So,
no, I think
um,
we're just kind of a melting pot. But
we're a
no,
melting.
then there were other comments saying that guys are just a general thing. At least we all say it. And
But did all three suspects grow up there? Yeah, Nikki, I don't know. I know the girls did. Okay, the girls are BFFs. They were in middle school together. They had planned on, they're athletes. Okay, Libby played every good sport human imaginable. I don't know who her parents were. I was a band nerd. She was a band nerd too. I don't know. So, but the girls had everything in common. They grew up together, so they're from there. But whoever this Florida man of speech pattern, Florida man, I'm told you you
yes,
were
that would be
here.
called meth.
Yeah, be called meth, stupidity. Throw a gator through the Wendy's window and ask for a nugget. I don't know. Okay. Leslie grew up a Hoosier. Everyone is guys, and every soft drink is a Coke. Yeah, okay, so I can tell you, I would be the same thing when I refer to a bunch of people. I'm like, hey, you guys. It's just a term of lumping things together and making it easy for me. So it's a big deal. Is common everywhere outside the southern United States,
Southeastern.
southeastern. That's because you
I
guys are
disagree
all
with
like,
that because I am from southeastern United States and I grew up saying you guys.
well, you're also effed up.
But I also say y'all a lot.
You do say y'all a lot. Florida typically emphasize A's when talking. Well,
A.
all I know is that when I took, by the way, I just want to let some of you know while I have some of you here that are CrimeCon fans and this and that. Um, Stephen David Lampley tested positive for COVID. Okay. But I guess he has a very mild case. So he is able to, he's not in the hospital, he's home. So we all send prayers and thoughts to David. Carrie Lynn, who was
Steven.
on here. Stephen, sorry. What's the deal with David?
Because David, why are you obsessed?
I don't know. Maybe my sugar daddy's out there, David. I don't know. Okay. But then my friend Carrie Lynn, who basically is my college, I'm calling you my college roommate because I think we spent more time together doing laundry and you throwing my kids' dead fish away than anything else. So Carrie comes from a very long line, a very diverse law enforcement up in the New York area. And her brother was also diagnosed, and thankfully, he ended up with a very mild case as well. So Yeah, yes, we are college besties. Even if you did watch my kid play with Grand Theft Auto and get his ass beat by hookers and shit like that. I don't know what kind of college besties we are. Okay, so I have one final person, okay, that is a person of interest, okay, but not a strong one. His name is Charles Eldridge. He was arrested on January 8th last year, okay, in Indiana, and the charges were David gets blamed for everything. Hey, David, I just tried to save your life. Oh, but you know what? Maybe that's why I keep saying David, because I'm worried about trying to save his life from Tracy.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm not trying to steal him, Tracy, so don't be killing me. Okay. All right. So Charles Eldridge, he was arrested last January of 2019 in Indiana for child molestation, child solicitation, but look like the old sketch. We don't have anybody who looks like the new sketch. Everything is like the old sketch. Okay. So when I asked you guys at the very beginning here why you picked this case, I think it's because you want to do something with it, but you don't know what to do. Um, I think it was the first case that was thrown in our face because of CrimeCon and so close to where we were physically and in time. And they're kids, and they were good kids. Okay. So I really do think you guys are kind of obsessed with it, and the media keeps coming back to this. Um, the families, and they did it almost immediately. I want to say they did it within 6 months. The families, and I don't know where the money stands at this point or who's going to help them, but the family has said in this area that they are going to build a $1 million sports complex in the girls' honor, and it's because of that is everything that was important and represents them, and they know that that would make them happy. Uh, Garrett Gertz,
So I'm quickly looking him up.
please.
Okay, suspect Kitland torture murder case tied to strangulation death weeks earlier, 2 counties away. But I'm looking to see that was also in Indiana.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, Tracy, they're two little girls that were murdered and we want justice for them. But you know what? We want justice for everybody. But you know what? It could be because it's two little girls. And Amanda, okay, Amanda, you're saying two new podcasts came last few months. Um, and that's interesting because I talked to Pierre P Cubed, who's my producer, my boss, my I don't know. I do whatever he tells me to do. Um, he turns around and runs a podcast. And we stick to Florida. And we also don't go for the cases that we know that you guys know about. So I try and bring you the victims and the cases of things that you wouldn't hear otherwise. So it's kind of interesting that there are two new ones. And I'll have to go and I'll have to check them out because I really wonder in what direction they're going to go because there's not a lot to go on. So, but like we talked about last week, or 2 weeks ago, when we were looking at the West Memphis case, look at what a podcaster can do. Look what you guys can do. It was, I think the number is 1 in 300, and now that we've all been locked up with COVID, um, something is trying to eat me. Now that we've all been locked up in COVID, I think everybody, and I think even Spawn of Satan's going to start his own podcast. Okay. I saw the family speak and feel, okay. Let me tell you this, Candace. I would say that probably changed your life. Would I be correct? You said you feel closer to them, but they hit you somewhere. If you've listened to my podcast, in season 1, you will see that we have it ended up coming up to being 2 episodes where I talk about one victim, and her name is Carmen. And I met Carmen is the victim, and I met Nicole, and Nicole is her great niece. And Pierre went with me. And I can tell you, that girl, that woman changed my life in a way I'll never be the same. At that point, that day, I went from criminologist to victimologist. I still use my criminology designation, but victimology comes first. Okay? Um, they're family to me now. They're family. And I have a Nana I haven't even met yet, but I call her Nana, and I talk about her all the time. Any thoughts on the geocaching theory? You know what, Kim? It is a good theory. I can tell you that when my son was that same age, there was an activity that we did together. We did not go off into insane, crazy. No, I lied. Hey, P cubed. So, I can tell. What did we say? Oh, P cubed. You want to be on here next week, and you and I may want to chat, and maybe we want to start our podcast tomorrow because you said pick something, and I haven't done it yet, so I've been ignoring you. Maybe we should do Israel Keys because they've mentioned him a couple of times today. So, are you down for that? Do wine. I'll do wine and crime next week on him. You can pop in and out as you can, and then you want to try and start with him tomorrow. I'll go to Home Depot and buy you a bucket. Okay. He's either rolling his eyes.
He's ignoring you. He's taking
He's
a hell no
ignoring me.
sometimes.
Oh no! Look, I got an
Wait, you
answer.
got a thumbs up?
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
You
because
didn't get it denied
I did not get it denied.
or vetoed?
Or yeah. And Larry, I'll talk to you why I'm gonna stay away from the 2 that you recommended for me, simply because I'm speaking to one of them, and I'm pretty sure I've pissed him off. The one serial killer that's still living, and P cubed, and I need to figure out how to fix that. Yeah. See, somebody's going. Yeah. Um, I kind of ghosted a serial killer after he sent me his entire legal locker. Yeah. So, all right. So next week we're going to do Israel Keys, and I think we're going to jump on that with the podcast because P Cubed and I love Israel Keys because he's fascinating. He's absolutely fascinating. Um, I know, surely not. Can you see Leslie? I mean, yeah. And here's the deal: the guy that I ghosted, the serial killer that I ghosted, his family lives 45 minutes away. Yeah. Erica, I probably would be making him mad and I wouldn't have ghosted him if you hadn't quit working with us and gone off and taken some other job. It's all your fault. Um, what was I even saying
Israel Case podcast stuff?
before Leslie said surely not? Yeah, no. Seriously, Leslie, I'm being very picky on who I speak to at this point in time because I started realizing that we are going back and looking. Not that I'm expecting all of these serial killers to get out, but they're all pending being resentenced. And God forbid, there's one I love to do, but he's here in my hometown. And yeah, I'm not willing to put my family or myself at that risk. Jennifer, geocache. Um, I think it's a theory with merit. Have any of you guys tried geocache? It's fun. It's fun. It's I grew up in Ohio. I would say very similar to how these girls are growing up. My son grew up here in Florida. completely different activities, lifestyles, this and that. If geocaching had existed when I was 13, oh yeah, I'd have been out there every second, every day. And the other thing too is when you live and like that, you're going out, you're having exercise, you're doing something that's not going to get you in any trouble. Um, the theory is that they're out there for the intent, the purpose of, they went out to go geocache leisurely. They went out, to go try and find these items or whatever, and that's what even put them out there in the first place. Um, so it wasn't just a random, let's go for a walk and cross a bridge and this and whatever. So it's also somebody that could be following them, if he had seen them caching at other locations, or could have intentionally placed an item for the purpose of drawing somebody in. Okay, which when you think of that, that's a brilliant concept. Bring your bait. It's bait. Bring them to you. Okay. Um, family dynamics in Carrie and Steven. Okay. Um, all right. We'll get into that. Wanda, what do you think about Israel Keys? Did you get to see Bobby Chacon's video that he showed at CrimeCon? Nah, in Nashville. It was in Nashville. Look up Delphi Bridge Guide, the geocaching theory hiding in plain sight on Facebook. So, um, God, Facebook it's kind of scary. And now my children will never go geocaching. They will, Courtney, just not without you. David, there are geocaches everywhere. Wanda, that video of Bobby's, is that not insanity? I mean, it doesn't even look real. Um, we are, Leslie. We're going to do two things. Pierre and I, we just decided, or I decided, or whatever we decided. The podcast, Bobby's presentation is still one of your favorites. I know we love Bobby's. I would love to see or talk to him about the stuff that he didn't get a chance to tell us. Okay, and I do believe he is buddies with Bethany. So who knows? Maybe we can give Bethany a call and we can have a chance to do that. But Israel Keys is because he's fascinating. Joey, Joey, Joey,
Sorry.
Joe. Bobby Joe has got to go. My God. I'm in therapy over Bobby Joe Long, for God's sake. My God. Leslie, what are you drinking this week? Me being a paranoid true crime mom, I feel helps protect them much to my 13-year-old, but now he's stuck with me. No, you know what? I think that's fair because I can tell you that I was a chicken, and my true crime passion came from my passion came from not wanting to be afraid anymore. So the more I learned, the more I knew what to stop doing or how to change or this or that or whatever. So, um, wait, Ashley. Okay, so Erica's still mad that she doesn't have a tablet, and I was communicating with Bobby Joe Long, and we're communicating via email, and he had his own tablet. And I told you, if you want, we'll send you to prison, and for $79.95, you can have your own damn tablet. So, you know what? At this rate, I'm just gonna have to buy you a damn tablet for your birthday or for Christmas. So I just got to figure out what he had downloaded on it. Mm, a Zoom conference. That would be interesting.
You need my help.
So, um, I did hear for $42 I could buy a round trip ticket from West Palm to LA and back, I think. So maybe they're free. I don't know. I can see what's going on this week. My grades are current. What do you think? Um, Not a Zoom meeting. Yeah, because you wouldn't be invited, you crazy lunatic.
Yeah, but you could record it.
Yeah, we could record it. Yeah, I know. I have heard Florida's having some issues with Zoom. Are you having problems at the Boys and Girls Club? Any issues? When you was little, I was convinced I was going to be stabbed to death. Now I'm sing it on. What do we do to say to the God to death? Not today. Um, you know what, Candace? And what's interesting when I meet people like you, there's some to be said for honoring that thought process that you've gone through, because Wood, the famous actress, was terrified of water, and she knew, and her mom even told her she was going to die by drowning. So that's awesome. That gives me somebody else to come visit. Yay! So, and trust me, I'm due for a vacation. I got to figure something out. I got to get the heck out of Dodge. Can you sneak out of Florida?
You can just leave. They're not holding you hostage.
That's true too.
We need to kick some people out. That's what we need to do.
Me and my parents caught a crackhead in the middle of robbing my dad's auto shop. Thus began my obsession.
David.
David, oh my lord. That is a story that sounds so weird that P cubed, he has told me some stories about some things from his dad and where his dad grew up, and I know you know where he grew up. Um, you guys got some crazy, crazy stories.
Just because Jaden and PQ are the same person.
I know. Wendy, where are you? Are you where? You know what, Wendy? I'm gonna put Wendy in charge of something. Wendy, we need to do a true crime meetup, like a podcast meetup, like not a crime con, like a sit down, drink, talk, be stupid. This, okay, like the shit that happens when you get kicked out of the hotel lobby at 3 in the morning because the manager comes over and says, "We need to clean the carpets now. Can you go?" We need to do that. I think you need to put that together. I would say everybody else raise your hand if you want Wendy in charge.
I mean, we just call it crime. It's fine.
All right, I
See,
think
even it's like it's just called crime.
that's it. Wendy's queen of everything. See, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to make. Well, okay, so, I think she does come from across the pond and she's over here now. So we're going to do it. I think we should do it. I think we should get together, just have some fun, be stupid, talk about what it is that's interesting to us. I don't know, just some fun. Party at your house. Awesome. Okay, Candace, bring me that, I don't know, as soon as my stay at home is lifted. I will introduce you, Carrie Lynn. I will introduce you because, oh shit, because of the COVID, you can't go to CrimeCon. Can you go to CrimeCon now that it's going to be in October? At least the carpets were clean while you were drunkenly rolling around on them at NOLA. They did, Leslie. The night that you called because somebody might have been downstairs and I was in bed already in my pajamas, I got dressed, I got my makeup on, I hauled ass downstairs, and I can tell you there were at least a dozen of them still sitting there. And the manager came over and I literally told them that they needed to go. They had to go. It was time. They had to clean the carpets. So I'm like, you get this crap up. Oh, good, Carrie, because I got lots of people. For you guys that don't know, Carrie Lynn College, my baccalaureate BFF, okay, did come and she's been to CrimeCon 1 and something has happened. All your damn friends are having babies or whatever these last couple years. Um, you guys were all super drunk. And you know what? You were down there with John White, who was, I think, was having a blast sitting there with you guys. You and about 10 John and 10 women. You know what? You can tell on me too. I'll email him tomorrow and tell him that I outed him. More than one. No, it was like every night, Wendy. Every night. If we wanted to find you, we just went downstairs. I got eggs. You guys got minis. It was fine. Not even saying anything. Not saying nothing. Usually, we stop doing 12.
Yes, Wendy, we had lots of fun. Yes.
Unless you're a serial killer. So and then we get a little concerned. So yes, you guys did have fun, and John had a blast. So Riley, you're gonna have fun. Riley is a former student, and you did get John drunk. And here's the thing: John teaches at the college my nephew goes to, and so like I had people asking me about that, and I'm like, oh. Second is accosting the millennials at Crowd. The third is bringing Billy Jensen and Paul Holes bourbon during their set. No, who kept? I don't even know who was Leslie. Who was bringing drinks when we were in Nashville and we went to the private party? P Cubed and I were laughing at. It wasn't Jim Clementi. Oh God, it was Tim. It was Tim and Bobby, and they were double fisting, and they were double fisting so fast I couldn't even count how fast. So if you guys paid that bill, you got screwed. That's all there was to it. Courtney, you're part of that too? Nice. So, God, yeah, you guys are so bad. So, I just want to tell you, I know we're not talking about the case anymore because there really isn't a lot more for us to talk about. I am going to look up on Facebook that you mentioned. I'm gonna look up Wanda, a couple of the guys that you mentioned, and see if I can connect some dots. I want a couple of you. Hey, they're grown boys. Yeah, they weren't acting very grown. I'm telling you, drunk Contes were. They were. Oh my God. So, uh, this is so bad. Um, but here's the deal. I appreciate the fact that you guys come every Wednesday. I don't even care what we do, who we talk with. Now, next week we will be all over Israel. There's no way in hell we're going to get it done in 1 week. It's going to be physically impossible, or we're going to be talking all night long, which I guess is no big deal because very few of us have to go to work the next day. Um, I
Yeah, I
think.
have to still work the next
Okay,
day.
you got to work the next day, so you're screwed.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's what I understand.
But yeah, so Israel Keys next week. But just want to let you guys know how much I appreciate you because I am an extrovert and I do not do well. I don't do well being told no. I don't do well being. My house is amazing. I have a pool. I have a good dog. I have a Satan. I got plenty to keep me busy. Um, but I can tell you that getting together with you guys on Wednesdays is just fun for me. It lets me blow off steam. I'm not stressed. I'm not angry. I'm not annoyed. I'm not whatever. I just love you guys. So, um, are you calling Jim a chuckle?
No,
I,
I think she means Israel Keys.
I, oh, I was okay because I don't even know.
Because
I don't even know who she's talking about, but I've never heard the word before,
I know, I
and
just told her it's my new favorite
it's
word
my
ever. I'm adopting it.
I that is I. Yep, that's it. That's gonna be my new word.
I would be like, you're such a chuckle fuck. What's wrong? What's wrong with you?
Oh my god. When can we go outside again? What about streaming wine and crime for everyone? Yeah, here's the deal. Yeah, because Amanda, God, this is you were plenty annoyed at us for Tiger King. It's because you guys were psychopaths. Um, um, here's what we need to discuss, okay, Amanda, and this is up for serious discussion, and you sit there and you be quiet. Okay, I am being asked by about 6 or 7 different places easily to move Wine and Crime to a bigger venue. Um, I have chosen not to do that because literally it's not far from me. It's I love the ambiance, I love the flower, but you know what? That's what my backyard is like anyway. So maybe I have absolutely I have no problem streaming it at all. No problem. We can we got to ask if we keep it at Blue Door. We got to figure out how to ask William to do that because if I ask him one more favor, I'm pretty sure I think he's going to kill me. We do that. Oh, see, and I'm getting the death look here because so many people want me to move because there's not enough space. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. Leslie wants you to pay her a nickel every time you use that word.
Done.
You're going to be so okay.
I'm already
She
broke.
works.
I'm a college kid.
She works. Leslie. She works at a bank.
I
So
can't leave the bank to
she's
pay
going to
her.
rob the bank, embezzle, and then our next talk after Israel was. We'll watch it as it happens live.
It's okay. Pierre told me I was the next season's, or I was the next season on the podcast when
Yeah.
I walked by myself for like a blog
Oh my.
in New Orleans. So.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I was putting stickers on poles saying that there were no stickers on them, and you're like, look, there are murders and mystery of Massnick. There was like 1, 2, 3. I was like, how the fuck did that get up there?
There's like 6 of them on there.
Yeah, here's my goal this year. Okay, Leslie, you're muted. Well, you said chuckle fuck, so I am so not worried about you. Okay, so my little stickers that I have with the podcast on them, we, we went around the French Quarter that had stickers everywhere. So we put them everywhere. So now, but we can't do that because this hotel that we're going to is my favorite hotel in Orlando, and we go there.
Didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I am your student.
Yeah, whatever. So yes, Carrie, we will figure to stream this.
I was your student.
When the ban is lifted, I'm hiring you to come to my Crime and Cocktails event in Denver. You know what, Amanda? Here's the deal. I know that, yeah, man, it is. The weather is so unreliable. Here's the deal, Amanda. I flew in October to, and you guys are gonna laugh. I flew to LA and hung out with a couple of my producer friends because I just bought a ticket and went. I just needed to get the hell out of Dodge. And here's the thing: she now Leslie wants all the nickels.
I know.
So I'd never been west of the Mississippi, so I've never been any place. All of my stuff is reading and studying and history and friends and living through things that other people have done. It happened, and P Cubed is aware. And then if you guys are my friends, if you're my close friends on here, you guys will know. Meaning that some of the only a few of you that I work with or whatever will know that we lost 7 friends in 7 weeks, and it was not they were not all expected, and they were all young. So I decided in October that every month, which is why the COVID thing is killing me, that I was going to do something new. I wasn't going to live in fear anymore. I was going to live life and have fun. So, October, my first thing that I did was I'm terrified of snakes. Oh my God, snakes and heights. I die. I'll die. So one of my students brought me a python, and I wore a python. It was a little python. I don't know. It was, I don't know, 2 feet, 3 feet. I don't know.
It was a mimic class.
I don't know. He was kind of cute. I kind of liked him up. I kind of liked him. I wanted him. I had to fight to get him back. Um, every month I have a goal to do something new that I've never done before, to live. Okay? So yes, if it means coming out, and if it's nothing more than coming out and having dinner with one of you guys one night, then that's what I'm gonna start doing these things, because that's why I said let's put Wendy in charge. I would love to just come out and sit out and have drinks. I don't care where it's at, because I haven't been there. Okay. um you guys think I'm crazy? I'm kind of nuts, so sometimes people have to keep track of me. But I don't roll on the floor. So maybe me too. I have a grandpa in
I have
Colorado.
family in Colorado. Let's go stay with them.
That's it.
And
We're
grab
all
some
coming to
Texas crime.
Colorado now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wendy's taking us to the
Wendy, okay,
UK.
Wendy, I am so taking you. Okay, because
We
here's
are
the deal.
visiting Laura Richards while we're there.
Yeah,
Done.
because I do go. I want to go see. I want to go take one of Laura Richards' class, and she's constantly telling me, Kim, just take it here. She goes, take it while I'm teaching it. I'm like, no, I want to take it where you are from. I want to take it in the UK. So, yeah. So, Dr. M about accidentally organized crime con crew Colorado reunion. See, if Kevin would just let me do what I want to do, easy. It's when you got to follow these rules. And I'm still
Stupid.
I'm still pissed off that when we went, where did we go? It was
Which time?
no, it was Nashville, that wouldn't let me do the smoke machine, the fog machine, the smell machine. Dude, all I got to tie you guys up and blindfold you. Stonehenge, that is on my list. So, and I fear heights, so that ungodly, oh my God. See, I can't
Big
even
Ben?
say. No, Big Ben isn't, I can handle that. No, it's that eye thing. So, I don't break them, Courtney. I just kind of bend them.
Hey, Larry's taking us to Chinese in Stark.
Larry, let me tell you though, when we came to Stark, we went to that place and they made us eat in the back all by ourselves. So if we come up there and go to the Chinese place, are they going to make us eat in the back room again? Yeah, that London eye scares the shit out of me. Yes, I'll do it, but I'm wearing Depends. I'm bringing the vodka, and we're gonna have to I don't know what we're gonna do because it's gonna be bad. The Illuminati eye. Oh, Wendy Stonehenge is always on Americans list. Did you just label me? Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's on my list. I'm not judging.
Okay, yeah, it is on my list. So, Candace, you still have your blindfold? That's funny because I think I sent your. Is that your sister that I sent you last week? The shirt. I think I sent a shirt, a blindfold. It's a keychain, really, but that's what I use to tie you guys up. And I still have tons of them. So it's funny. So, um, nothing is funnier than tying up and blindfolding old people. It's crazy.
Don't say that.
So, no. So, I have people off the sidewalk and they do it.
It's very true. We've done that multiple times.
Hmm. All right. See, now you're just going to make me not put it on my list, because I don't want to be one of those Americans. So, all right, Candace, send me. I have to look. I only have a few things left, but my earbuds did come in. So, uh, oh, but Wendy, you didn't hear, or Leslie, you didn't hear that, because the stuff that I'm giving away free this year, Kevin's probably murder me over. So, um, I'm jealous because I have to have what she has. That sounds like a serial killer sister in the anime. So, uh, yeah, here's my thing. I want to be a normal person, like a local person. So, whatever. We're so predictable. We are. It's ridiculous. So, except for Spawn of Satan, he's being so damn good. So, is there any extra I want to do? Jessica! So excited to see you. I know. You know what? And I think here's the things. I do stuff intentionally to make people nervous, and like Pierre or Erica will need an answer from me for something, and I need to get it from Kevin. So what I'll do is I'll send Kevin an email, like in the regarding section. I put something really strange, like how many people can I, and then really tiny, I'll put fake and then big kill. And I'm telling you, it works every time. He emails me back like within 10 seconds. He's like, oh my God, you kill me every time. So, so, um, David, I can't even, Thorpe Manor where Isaac Newton grew up. I don't want to go there during the plague. Shit, I got my own plague here.
I don't think he suggested you start another plague to go visit. I think he just said you should go visit.
I don't know. I'm so pissed off about plagues right now. Hmm. All right. So are you sick of me yet? Leslie is the bourbon delivery. Yep, she already outed herself. So, and I got some really good pictures. That one I didn't get. I did not get to go to anything but Dr. Lee's presentation because I was so busy. Tell you what, Leslie, I am not complaining. I had the best time, like these random phone calls at the last minute and say, can you introduce so and so for this thing? Oh my God, I had so much fun because it let me meet people and spend time with people one on one or this or that I wouldn't normally get to do. So it was pretty awesome. Billy was parched, so we made it happen. Amanda, even I'm not buying that BS. Ay, ay, ay.
Told you I was perched. Could I have one?
Busy equals stalking roadie. Hey, I think I had help in that. I'll tell you what, the funniest thing is, though, you guys are talking about rolling on the floor and peeing your pants. My poor husband, we were in bed asleep, and I wasn't asleep yet, but I have never jumped out of bed, gotten dressed, done my hair, done my makeup, and been out the door so fast in my entire life. And he's like, why the hell can't you do that shit for me? He's like, I want to go. It takes you an hour. And he goes, but no, Leslie calls and says Rhodey's downstairs and it's like 3 minutes and you're out the door and you look good. I'm like, yeah, it's Rhodey.
Perfect.
Oh, you guys are funny. I remember Rhodey being in line for Dateline. That was the funniest thing ever. And then I remember uh, when I went downstairs to find Rhodey after Leslie told me he was downstairs, only to see him go up the elevator upstairs with three women. And the next day, when Leslie found him, and I was like, I got dressed and I came downstairs and everything to meet you. And I said, you went up the escalator. And he said, go ahead and say it. And I said, you're not alone. And his wife was standing there. And she was like, that's okay. I'm the wife. It was all right. I was like, oh my God. Uh, so, so aside from our once a week meeting, what are you guys doing to keep yourself semi sort of sane? Leslie, are you still in Indiana or did you move? I think I asked you to remember if which outfit are you talking about, Susie? And are you talking to me or another Kim that's delivering bourbon? Because if it's Kim delivering bourbon, I want to see what it was so that I might first.
Everybody seems to say drinking, and now that I'm cool, I have to agree.
Okay. So you're still kind of telecommuting, huh? And you do have the cutest puppy ever. Yeah, well, it depends on which outfit that it was because I went out and I had to buy clothes because okay, I didn't have to, but I wanted to because I got asked to do a couple of other events that I wasn't planning on. So I needed more clothes, which means shoes. So I bought amazing shoes. And then my husband is older than I am. And I walked out of our room, and by older, I mean 25 years older, so it does look a little strange sometimes. We walked out of the room, and I across the hall says, wow, in New Orleans, they even let the hookers in the hotels. And I was like, I thought my outfit was killer, and I was damn proud of those shoes. So I was pissed. But I did introduce myself to the group that I had to do some CrimeCons stuff. Well, apparently I just found out that I'm a hooker and my PhD means nothing. So, Larry, that's funny because the grass that we just bought for the new house doesn't grow. We've been here 4 months and we just mowed it the first time. So I become an old person and I sit in the grass and I pull them out I pull the weeds out one by one. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, Eric, I think I am kind of known for my hooker heels, but you know what? I'm not giving them up. I became a grandma, she's 2.5 weeks old. They call me, it's funny, they call me Gigi, mainly because it's one of my favorite musicals. And I'm not giving those heels up. Hell no. Kid's gonna have to deal with the fact that she got a grandma who, I don't know, wears what she wears. So
She's gonna grow up with great
if I
fashion
had,
sense.
hopefully she'll have good fashion sense because my grandma wore like peacock shit, and I can say that now because she's not with us any longer. But like there were like lamps with peacocks and feathers and
Oh no.
oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no.
So, all right, what are you guys talking about? Because I'm not in part of this conversation here.
I don't know, but they're talking about your outfit. Wendy said it was killer.
What outfit was it?
I mean, all of your outfits were killer. The one I left my face on was.
Oh yeah, I had to.
So sorry.
So, all right, well, go snuggle with him, and next week, same time, 8 o'clock, we will jump on here. And trust me, we said Israel Keys P Cubed will be on here, and it's going to be a whole different ball of crazy. So, because I can't control him, and there, yeah, I would say he's like a girl in guy form, but that would just he'd murder me for.
He would for that.
Yeah, the one you wore for your presentation, the black and white suit with the amazing heels. That's the one that got me called a hooker. That's the hooker outfit, Wendy. But yeah, I love that outfit. Yeah, it's gonna be, but that's okay. I had done really good in buying clothes. Besides that hashtag egg slut that you guys gave me, I it worked. That diet worked, and I had some really killer clothes for May. But now I'm gonna have new clothes for October.
Oh, darn, we have to go shopping.
Oh, but Hi. Oh, Pierre just killed
Pierre.
me. I thought he was gone. Okay. I
Pierre
would
was there.
never, I would never, I can't, yeah, that's because you don't know him. He literally would kill me. We Cubans are known for being very compliant. Oh, yeah. No, you know what? My husband actually went to Pierre and said, how do you get her to listen to you? Because when you tell her no, she listens. And for some reason, it's true. He's the only person I listen. But maybe that's because I'm afraid of him.
Pierre will legitimately kill you.
No, he can kill me.
He will kill you, but
He'd
he
put
would
me in
like.
one of those, he'd put me in a black site that I wouldn't know about, and you guys would never find me.
You're so right.
Yeah.
You're so right. From his secret military
He's
base, they're totally
everywhere.
right.
See? So, ugh.
He is always watching.
Hey, okay, I'll start my clock. I already have my clock started. I'll post one tomorrow. But every time I post one, it puts Leslie in like mental meltdown because she's got 8 million things to do. So, I don't know. Who knows? They're making me drink wine. I have no idea what we're doing. So, okay. I'm gonna let you guys off here. You guys go have fun. I'm getting off here before P cubed can do any more damage to me. Joey, stop helping him. He's training way too well. And Amanda, we need to figure something. Live streaming the legitimate true crime and a glass of wine, not a problem. Done deal. Promise you that. We just need to figure out where and how we're going to do it and all that good stuff. Okay. So, all right. Have a good one, guys, and I will see you next week.
Don't stop it. Don't stop.
Oh, why am I not stopping?
I'm just trying something. How's your video look now? Is it
My
soft?
video looks softer, I guess. Do you guys like me better with the paper towel over the light or without the light? I already told you this is ghetto because all my stuff is at the college and I can't get to it.
I'm just testing for next week.
But we'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right, guys. Love you. Thanks for keeping me sane for more week. And have a good one. Stay safe. Go wash your hands. Bye.